Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. You know, the early part of 2025 has been, let's just say it's been interesting for tech stocks,
Oh, yeah.
especially anything related to, well, fiber optic networking.
It's been wild, right? With AI and cloud computing just exploding in terms of demand.
And that brings us to the company we're going to really dig into today,
Okay.
Applied Optoelectronics.
AAOI.
Yeah, AAOI, they're a big player in fiber optic access network products. And, well, they've been making headlines lately.
A lot of headlines, like really getting attention.
And we want to figure out why. So for this look at AAOI, we've been sifting through a bunch of stuff, stock market trends, recent news reports,
Yeah, got to get that context.
and of course a technical analysis. We want to give you the full picture
Your
here.
complete breakdown.
So, what's been fascinating to me is how AAOI's story really kind of ties into these massive trends we're seeing.
Absolutely. Like, it's not just about the company itself, right? It's about how their products are the building blocks for this whole AI and cloud boom that's happening.
Yeah, right. Because the demand for AI and cloud services, it's not just some abstract idea.
It's physical.
It translates into a real need for these high-speed fiber optic components that Applied Optoelectronics makes.
And I think that's what makes it so interesting for investors. You're not just betting on a company, you're betting on this huge wave of technological advancement.
Exactly. So let's start by looking at the stock performance because, just looking at the chart, it's been a roller coaster, hasn't it?
To say the least.
So we saw this huge single-day jump, like almost 40%. On March 14th, it closed at $22.11, and that was up from $15.87 the day before.
That kind of move, that gets people's attention.
It does, and even within that day, the swings were wild. A high of $23.69, a low of $19.80. It's like,
Talk about volatility.
and then you look at the after hours trading on March 13th.
Yeah.
It spiked over 78% to $28.31. And then pre-market on the 14th, another jump, this time over 56%. To $24.76.
That's not normal, even for a volatile stock.
And, well, we dug a little deeper, and it seems like a lot of this movement was driven by, this talk on X.
Yeah, X can really move markets these days.
About a potential surge, somewhere between 53% and 79%. And this was all tied to the announcement of a warrant agreement with Amazon.
Oh, so that's where it all started.
That seems to be the trigger. Now, can you explain to our listeners what exactly this warrant agreement is?
Okay, so basically, it gives Amazon the right, but not the obligation, to buy a certain number of shares of Applied Optoelectronics at a set price. In this case, it's up to 7.9 million shares at $23.6954 each. And the interesting thing is, some of these shares, like 1.32 million, vested immediately. And the rest, well, they'll vest as Amazon buys more stuff from them.
So what do you make of this? What does it tell us about Amazon's view of Applied Optoelectronics?
Well, think about it this way. Amazon, they're one of the biggest players in cloud computing and AI, right?
Right.
So for them to make this kind of deal, it shows a real vote of confidence. They're saying, we believe in this company, we believe in their technology, and we think they're going to be a big part of our future.
It's a huge deal, a huge signal.
Absolutely. But, even with this big jump, it's important to remember where the stock has been. On February 13th, it was at $27.09.
Okay.
So even after this surged, it's still down from that point, about 18%. And then, if you look back even further, it's down from $36.86 at the end of 2024. Now, it's still way higher than its 52-week low of $6.70, but it's been a bumpy ride, that's for sure.
Yeah, so it's not all just sunshine and roses, right?
No.
There's a bigger context here. So to understand that better, I think we need to dig into the financials a bit.
Let's do it.
What do the recent earnings reports tell us?
Let's see. So in Q4 of 2024, they reported revenue of $100 million. That was within their guidance. They were expecting between $94 and $104 million.
Okay.
And a lot of this growth was driven by their CATV and data center businesses. That's where they're seeing the real demand right now.
So meeting expectations, that sounds good, right?
No, it's not bad. It means they're on track with what they projected.
Right.
But the profitability, that's a different story.
Okay, so what's happening there?
So they actually reported a wider GAAP net loss this time around. They said it was due to a one-time charge, but still it's not great. And their non-GAAP EPS was $0.002. That's down from Q4 of 2023, where they actually had a profit.
So they're losing money. And not just that, their guidance for Q1 of 2025, they're projecting a potential net loss of up to $3.6 million.
Yeah, so the short-term outlook isn't exactly glowing.
It's a bit concerning, right?
Yeah.
But here's what I find interesting. Even with these challenges, there are analysts out there who are still very bullish on the stock.
Oh yeah, like who?
Rosenblatt, for instance, they kept their buy rating, and they even raised their price target to $36 on March 14th.
That's a pretty bold move considering the losses.
It is, and they're specifically citing the long-term demand that they expect from AI. So how do we reconcile these two things? The current financials, which aren't great, and this optimism from some analysts.
It's a bit of a puzzle, right? But I think what it tells us is that some analysts, they're looking beyond just the next quarter or two. They're focusing on the big picture, on the long-term growth potential of AI and cloud computing. And they're betting that applied optoelectronics is going to be a major player in that space. And, the Amazon deal probably reinforces that view.
Right, that Amazon warrant agreement, it's really the elephant in the room here, isn't it?
It's hard to ignore.
Not only did it send the stock price soaring, but it also really solidifies that connection between AAOI and the whole world of cloud computing, which is just getting bigger by the day.
And those fiber-optic transceivers, they're essential for all that high-speed data transfer that these cloud providers need.
Right, and we've been seeing a lot of discussion online, on X, and in news reports about how this demand for optical networking is only going to increase because of AI and cloud expansion.
Yeah, it's all connected.
And they're pointing to AAOI as a potential big winner in all of this.
It's definitely an interesting position to be in.
But there's more, right? There's more to the story.
Oh, there's always more.
What else should we be paying attention to in terms of, industry news and things that might affect AAOI?
Well, there's that patent infringement lawsuit they filed back in November 2024 against Optolink.
Right.
It's still ongoing, but if they win, it could really strengthen their position. It would protect their intellectual property and give them an edge over the competition.
So that's something to keep an eye on for sure. And then we had those analyst upgrades we were talking about.
Yeah, not just Rosenblatt.
Right, B. Riley. They actually changed their rating from a sell to a more positive view.
Wow, that's a big shift.
It is. It really shows that sentiment is changing, even with all the volatility.
It seems like the Amazon deal really changed the game for some people.
Yeah, and then there's Northland. They raised their price target from $40 to $70 on March 14th, and they're talking about the potential for AAOI to reach $4 billion in revenue over the next 10 years.
Those are some pretty big numbers.
They are. So clearly there's a lot of optimism out there, but also a lot of uncertainty. So let's try to make sense of all this. What are some of the patterns that are emerging in the stock's behavior?
Well, I mean, the most obvious one is the volatility. We see these big upside breakouts driven by news and speculation, but then often followed by some consolidation, like that 79% jump after hours on March 13th, and then it kind of settled down the next day.
Right. So it's not a straight lineup. It's more like a
staircase with some shaky steps.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've seen the establishment of support around $13 to $15 in early March, and resistance around $23 to $25.
And then that resistance was broken on March 14th, right?
Right, which suggests maybe a new resistance zone is forming somewhere between $28 and $30.
It's like the stock is trying to figure out where it wants to go next.
It's finding its new level. And, one thing that's been pretty clear is how AAOI's movements seem to be, they're correlated with what's happening in the broader tech sector, particularly with AI and networking stocks.
Makes sense. It's all part of the same ecosystem, right?
Right. So when those sectors are doing well, AAOI tends to benefit. And then there's been some chatter on X about a potential short squeeze, especially with that huge pre-market jump on March 14th.
Oh, yeah, the short squeeze. That always gets people excited.
Now, we don't have specific short interest data to confirm this, but those kind of rapid price increases, they can definitely be a sign of short sellers scrambling to cover their positions.
Yeah, when a stock starts shooting up like that, the people who bet against it, they get nervous.
They do. They don't want to get caught holding the bag. So let's turn to the technical analysis now. What are some of the highlights there?
Well, the first thing that jumps out is the volume. On March 14th, it was massive, way higher than the 3-month average, and that coincides perfectly with the Amazon warrant news.
So that really confirms that this wasn't just some, random blip. There was real interest driving that move.
Exactly. Big volume, big news. That's a powerful combination.
It is. And then the 50-day simple moving average, the SMA, it's estimated around $20.50, and the stock closed above that on March 14th at $22.11. So that's generally seen as a bullish signal, right?
Yeah, it suggests that the short-term momentum is shifting to the upside. Like the stock is breaking free from its recent downtrend.
And the 200-day SMA, which is around $18 to $19, that was also crossed. And that's a longer-term indicator, so breaking above that could mean we're seeing a potential trend reversal.
Yeah, it's like the stock is waking up from a long nap.
It's finding its legs again. But there's also a cautionary note here. The 14-day Relative Strength Index, the RSI, it likely went above 70 on March 14th, which usually means the stock is overbought.
So it might be due for a pullback, a little breather after such a big run.
Right, you can't go up forever.
Not usually, no. But on the other hand, we also have a bullish MACD crossover happening on March 14th. That lines up with the breakout and the high volume, so it's another sign of potential upward momentum.
So mixed signals, but definitely a lot to watch. Now, what about support and resistance levels? Where are the key points we should be paying attention to?
Okay, so for support, we have $19.80, which was the low on March 14th. And $15.87, the closing price on March 13th. And then below that, there's a stronger base around $13 to $15.
Those are the levels where we might see buyers stepping in if the stock starts to drop.
Right, it's like a safety net.
And on the resistance side?
We have $23.69, the high from March 14th. And then beyond that, we're looking at $25 and then that $28 to $30 zone based on the after hours and pre-market action. And if it manages to break above $30, well, then some analysts think it could go as high as $36 to $44.
So a lot of potential upside, but also a lot of room for things to go the other way.
That's the nature of a volatile stock.
It is. And the analysis, it also points out that breakout pattern we talked about. Above that $20 to $23 resistance zone with high volume, that suggests the $28 to $30 range is a real possibility. And of course, we can't forget about the volatility. The beta is 2.36, which means this stock can really swing.
Yeah, you gotta have a strong stomach to ride this one.
So let's bring it all together now. What are some of the key investment considerations for our listeners?
Well, I think for short-term traders, there's definitely a momentum play here. The Amazon deal, the analyst upgrades, they've created some real buzz, but you got to be careful. This is a volatile stock. You need a clear exit strategy, a stop-loss order, something to protect yourself if things turn south.
Right. Don't get greedy.
Hmm.
And for long-term investors?
Well, the long-term story is all about AI and cloud computing. That's where the real growth potential is. And the Amazon partnership validates that, shows that AAOI is in the right place at the right time. But, there are risks. The company's still losing money. There's that lawsuit hanging over them. And the overall market sentiment can change quickly.
Yeah, so you got to weigh the potential rewards against the risks. And then there's the possibility of a dip buying opportunity if the stock pulls back to that $18 to $20 range or even down to $15. That might be attractive for value investors who think the recent run-up was a bit too much, too fast.
Yeah, pullback could create a nice entry point. But, you got to have conviction. You got to believe in the long-term story.
Because even if it pulls back, the risks are still there. We've got those persistent losses, the high volatility, and the fact that, well, the whole tech sector can be influenced by things outside of any one company's control.
Right. It's a complex picture.
It is. So to wrap up, I think it's safe to say that Applied Optoelectronics is it's at a crossroads right now. That Amazon warrant agreement has been a game changer, creating a lot of excitement and pushing the stock price up. But there are still challenges to overcome, and the volatility makes it a risky bet.
I think the key takeaway here is that this is a story about more than just one company. It's about how these strategic partnerships, like the one between Amazon and AAOI, are shaping the future of technology.
Yeah, it's a reminder that sometimes investing isn't just about picking stocks. It's about understanding the bigger trends and how they're going to play out. And that's something we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on.
It's an exciting time to be an investor, that's for sure. Lots of opportunities, lots of risks. You just got to stay informed and make smart decisions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So that's our take on Applied Optoelectronics. If you enjoyed this analysis, please consider subscribing to Investing Talk Podcast and leaving us a like and a comment. We appreciate your support.